Hi there. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is Mary Ann with Creative Mix, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and today's video is going to be about the Paper Pumpkin package. It's a subscription box, and you can get Paper Pumpkin through your independent demonstrator, and if you don't already have one in the US, I'd be happy to help you at www.creativemix.stampinup.net. And inside these Paper Pumpkin packages, you can get everything you need except for glue or tape to provide whatever happens to be inside the box. And you can see that in this case, there are 4 cards and 4 note cards. You get the paper, and they're already scored, where they need to be scored. And all you have to do is attach, fold, and see, they don't have that in the box. I have to get my own. See, all the things that you need, twine or ribbon, whatever it is they decided that they were going to put into this box. So here we have the standard card envelopes. This is the card for that month. And this is the note card for that month, and we're going to use those today. And if you were to send it, they even have envelopes. So all the embellishments, all the added stuff is already pre-cut for you, and all you have to do is pop them out and stamp and attach. And we're going to do that today, and I hope you will join me. So they always give you an instruction pamphlet on how they decided to use the products that they put inside the box for you. See? Very easy. But I am going to do something different today. Hopefully it's different. I'm not sure. So I'm going to take apart a few things just to have it on. I'm just kind of looking at the colors, deciding I really like these colors here, the what seems to be the turquoise and the purple. To me, that's what it looks like. I'm going to take everything off of this one sheet and have it available so I can play with them. I'm really not at this point sure what I'm going to do. I know what I want to do with the note cards, but I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the embellishments. So I just decided to take everything off of one sheet just so I had it and available to play with. You don't have to do the cards. You could always make up your own thing, which is what I'm doing today. And you see they already have things already stamped out. You don't even have to have isn't that cute? I think that's adorable. So you don't have to have a punch or the big shot. You can just work from here. I'm just taking the score and burnishing it because I'm just kind of thinking it through on how I'm going to do this. Now what I want to do is I want to make this so that it is I'm going to put lights in it. I'm going to put a mason jar with those portable lights, the battery operated lights inside of it, the mason jar, and put this around the mason jar. So need to go get my paper trimmer, and I know it's taking me a long time to go get it. You can also follow me on my creativemix.blogspot.com, where I put other things, not excluding, gosh, I wish I could speak English correctly, including Stampin' Up! Ideas. So I left about 1/4 of an inch on that extra piece. I'm going to take it off of both of them. I was having a little bit of, sometimes the cardstock is so thick that if I don't catch the blade correctly. I have a little fuzzy, so that's what was going on there. All right, now see, this is how I'm going to attach it. Very simply, I'm going to put some tape on there and then attach the two of them together. It's very simple. I mean, what's nice when it folds down like that is like you can put it away um, for if you're using it for a holiday decoration, you can put it away and save it or put it in someplace. See, now you can put something on the bottom. I chose not to because I want it to go over. So now I'm going to be playing with the feathers, the embellishments to see how I want to put them together. I wasn't quite sure. I didn't want to hide stuff on my little lantern. I wanted just to highlight it. And it wasn't until later that I decided that I would just put a nice decoration on the side of the lantern. And it took a while because I was really trying to, I think, playing with the embellishments first, moving them around and just putting them in different positions just to get a feel for them really is very helpful in the creative process. And sometimes I think this would have been fine just the way it is like that, but it's going to be a three-dimensional piece, so I really wanted it to be, not overtake what was actually there. So I decided to take one of these. This would be a sentiment card where you could write the sentiment on. They give you plenty of choices, which is very, very nice. I was thinking maybe I'd use that as a background. I didn't like that so much. I decided, you know what? I need to do something with that blank space because that's not going to work. And decided to fix the trimming on my cardstock that I cut off because now I'm going to use that as a base. See, it was just really too thick. I mean, it's not a bad thing. It was, you just, I found it interesting that was the first time I ended up having trouble with that. Now we have to take out the trusty razor blade because I have no fingernails to pull that stuff off. So there we go. At the very least, you know that it is nice and tight, so it's not going to dry out on you. So I just got rid of the core. The core is a pure white, and even though the card itself is white, I just wanted that to blend in a little bit more with itself and not stand out. So using the ink pad to do that. And unfortunately, I ran out of tape and had to take out my glue. Now, the thing about my glue, it's going to look kind of yucky at first because I have a pin in it, and the pin isn't, I don't know, it's got to be a certain kind of metal, and when it's inside, the moisture from the glue makes it rusty. And when you see how it's coming out, and that's just the beginning. It cleans itself out eventually. Glue is glue, right? And it's in between the paper. No one's going to see it. And just a little bit of problem working it out there. See, it cleaned itself out. All right, so I'm going to put that in with a nice little border around it. Getting to the end in this little These were things I found, I think I found them in the dollar store. I'm not sure. I can't remember. Now, the stamp set they have in there have these stamps of pretty much exactly the feather and the other plant life. And they reminded me of little angel wings. So I decided to use them that way and draw a tiny little circle with a halo and 2 dots for eyes. And then I used a feather. I tried different things to see which would look better. But I stamped the feather, and that looked much better. Always stamp off first to see that your stamp is coming in exactly the way it should. Sometimes with the photopolymer stamp sets, I find that if I stamp off first on an extra piece of paper, it does a better job. I can see that if I inked it properly, and then I just restamp it, and then I go for it. Now I'm using a little marking to teeny tiny little dots. Looks like I put a crown on top of the little angel. And now I'm just trying to decide if I want to put a sentiment on this side, if I want to use the plants or the feathers, what am I going to do with it? And I think that would be fine, but it really sort of distracted from the look of the angel. See? I think it's so cute. It's so, I don't know, ethereal? I can't think of a word. We finally decided to commit, which is kind of hard for me to do with. I don't want to waste the things. I want them to turn out to be nice, and I'm sorry I'm out of view right here. I just applied that. Once you apply it and get it done, then you have it. I think sometimes it's just getting to put that first piece down and everything starts to come together. It's always difficult with the first one. For me, when I'm just making it up on my own. That's not to say that no one else has done this, and they've probably done it better than I did. But I really like the way this turned out, and I think it's a nice little gift. And it's not too much, not over the top. You can go to the dollar store and get the little lights and the mason jar if you so choose. Baker's twine, we're ribbon time, yay! I love making little ribbon bows, little baker twine bows. They just add a little, I don't know if it's because it's 3-dimensional or a different color. It really finishes it off. And I'm doing a double loop bow where you make 2 loops, cross them, and pull them. Just keep pulling and stretching until you get them to the size you need them to be. Here we go. Let that dry. And now for the sentiment. So on this, I really liked the sentiment. Friends of a feather stick together. Isn't that a nice sentiment? I think it would be nice considering it's like a little gift. It's just something that it would be nice to give, especially this time of year. Obviously, if you don't have this paper pumpkin set, you might not be able to do that. But if you do find other things where you can make something out of what you have available. Oh yes, I pulled the tab off and I ended up pulling off the sticky. I try to go very slowly with it. And at least on this one, I saved one of them. I had to put some more glue on the other one. Yep, needed to reattach that one. All right. Moment of truth. Isn't it adorable? I think it's adorable. Just like that. Be something for someone's desk, I think, would be cute. Now here it is with the mason jar and the lights inside of it. I just think it looks so nice. I thank you so much for being here with me. And if you enjoyed this, I hope you did, would you please subscribe, like, and share with other people who might be interested in doing some different cards. Thank you. Take care. Big hugs.